On today's episode, we're answering the question, no, we're not, because I'm on the wrong damn outline.
And I was just going to say, like, that's such a perfect transition into the speaker part of this. So I think all of us, when we get wind of a summit, the title kind of catches our eye. One of the first things we want to know is, okay, who's speaking on it? And so you want to scroll through and see who are the experts, who are the headliners, who are the maybe not quite headliners, but who seem to be talking about something that's really interesting. So for the entrepreneur, for the course creator, the coach, the consultant who wants to either pitch a live stage or a virtual stage, it becomes incredibly important that you have a great handle on what it is that you talk about and what it is that you can deliver from the stage, whether that's live or virtual. What can you deliver that's meaningful and impactful in that whatever time that you're given? 30 minutes, 25 minutes, 45 minutes. It's critically important that you have a great handle on what that is and that you can explain it clearly when you pitch yourself to that event planner, event host.
I have gone through a number of pitches for summits and this podcast, and in general, I have personally helped write one sheets for hundreds of speakers. So, like, we're
You get
vibing,
it.
right? And sometimes it's just like, this is really boring, or I've seen it 1,000 times, or there's nothing that sets you apart from the 30,000 other people who want to be in this spot. So I'm going to ask kind of a very specific question, which is, let's pretend that I do have one of those super common topics.
Mm-hmm.
How do I begin to look at what sets me apart from everyone else? How can I find that magical thing that's going to make me noticeable?
Well, there's a couple of things that you can do. One is make sure that you have great clarity on the pain points that your audience deals with, because if you understand what their challenges are, then you'll be able to explain what you do in a way that connects with what they're trying to solve. So that's item number one. Make sure that you understand who that audience is and what their pain points are, because what your pitch content should do is make it very clear that you get them. You may be delivering your pitch to an event planner or a summit host, or whoever is managing maybe a call for speakers. You may be delivering it to them, but to understand that that person stands representing the entire audience that you want to speak to. So what your goal is to convince that person that you understand the people that they are representing, that they want to serve. So that's the first thing. The second thing that I think is so overlooked sometimes when we're trying to pitch our content is the title of the talk that you want to give. I I know, right, Allison? The title, it's this little small bit of copy. I personally think that an ideal number of words is, anywhere from, say 7 to 13. If you've gone beyond 13 words, I know those are weird numbers, but having written hundreds of titles, created hundreds of titles for speaker pitches, 13 words is about the max. If you're going past 13 words, it's too long. But look to bring some creativity to that. Really spend some time titling your talk. What I always do when I go to an event, or even when I'm looking at any kind of event agenda, the first thing I do is I go through and I want to see what are the titles. That's what every attendee to a conference does. They want to see what are people talking about? What sessions do I want to go to? For me as a coach, I'm immediately looking like, okay, who's got great titles? Because I'm a sucker for a great title. And it always pains me. I mean, honestly, it just grieves my heart when I see title after title start with the words how to. I call it being lost in the land of how to do this, how to do that, how to do this.
I'm
It's
right
just
there with you.
it's just so,
So
and
annoying.
so knowing that most people are going to do that, if you bring some creativity and a little flair to your title, you immediately stand out in the land of how to, because your title doesn't start that way. I like what I call an A plus B format for a title. The A part is the creativity. use a twist on a cliche, some other kind of creative twist. I'm a sucker for trying to find a way to work in a song title or something like that. Use that as your A piece to bring creativity and to get people to say, "Oh, what's that?" And then the B piece, what I call after the semicolon, is that can be how to or why you should, or that's the functional part of your title. So creativity plus functional will give you a great title. And that's one of the ways that you can make sure that you can stand out from some of the other proposals or pitches that might be coming into a host.
I write a lot of summit copy for clients, and Jenny and I work on summits a lot together. And a very large part of my job is fixing titles.
Fixing the how-tos.
Oh my gosh. And I come up with, I do portmanteau, which are like when you take two words and smush them together and create like, a portmanteau word and then a colon and then the rest of it. And that way the talk title is one or two words.
So good,
The
right?
rest of it is the subtitle to give
Right.
more information. And one little thing that I like to do, and maybe you'll get to this, but when I was helping a client who wanted to try and get on a very specific stage, and I happened to have saved previous year's session titles.
Mm-hmm.
We crafted her session titles to mirror the session titles that had already successfully made it onto their stage. I don't know if that's a trick you're about to showcase, but
It
if
worked.
it isn't, I swiped it. It worked.
It worked.
Um,
It
but
was awesome.
I
It's a
swiped
great,
that tip.
that's a great tip. And honestly, you can learn so much about the stages that you want to be on, just from looking at their past agendas. What have they picked before? What topics have been covered? What have been covered well? Who are some of the experts that they've showcased? Do you know them? What do you know about their content? Can you mirror it or pattern it with your unique twist, your unique flair? It's so important to be able to do that. Do your research on an event that you're looking to
But
pitch. It
nobody's
really is
doing all the
helpful.
research. Like, and that's, I mean, so from my side of things, and I just want to soapbox for like 30 seconds on this. Oh my God, I work with so many speakers and they're not doing the research.
Hold on. No. Because, okay, so here's the thing. So apparently I start every episode with okay, so, but Jenny called me out on it.
Oh
And
no, now it's awkward.
now I don't want to do it, but it screws me up because I don't know how to get into the flow without my okay, so.